case with a hole in the middle. A donut.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 moments we found out dramatic actors were funny.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
For this list, we'll be looking at the best instances of more serious performers showing off their comic chops. Did we forget an actor that was surprisingly funny? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Nicolas Cage, Raising Arizona. Nicolas Cage is a force to be reckoned with on screen, no matter the genre.
One kiss of her mouth. One touch of her hand. And an eternity without it.
Raising Arizona might have been one of the first times audiences saw his true potential as a comedic performer. He and Holly Hunter play a desperate couple that takes a baby as one of their own.
But don't you think his mom will be upset? Overly?
Well, of course she'll be upset, sugar, but she'll get over it. She's got 4 little babies, almost as good as this one.
Cage becomes an ex-convict that moves like a cartoon character, complete with an enjoyable accent and wide-eyed expressions. It almost feels like the actor is roaming free, thus nailing a bold part that few others could have given the proper energy to.
No, it ain't armed robbery if the gun ain't loaded.
What kind of home life is this for, Tyler? You supposed to be an example?
What, businessman?
Uh-huh.
I never postured myself as a 3-piece suit type. Turn right, honey.
While some might call him too silly, we say Cage executes a perfect performance, full of robberies and madcap chases. Number 9. Joe Pesci, Home Alone. Instead of playing a murderous gangster, Joe Pesci resorts to lesser crimes in this holiday classic. He becomes Harry the Robber, targeting the McAllister residents amid their big vacation.
Don't worry about me. I spoke to your husband already. And don't worry about your home. It's in good hands.
Things don't go as planned, resulting in some physical comedy gold from Pesci and co-star Daniel Stern. Both criminals fumble around as they try to gain access to the house, falling and injuring themselves in hilarious scenes.
Marv,
Harry?
why the hell did you take your shoes off?
Why the hell you dressed like a chicken?
Kevin's booby traps provide a plethora of moments where Pesci can play up his best comedic reactions. It's a far cry from a Scorsese movie, but the comedy allows him to bring charm and laughter at every turn. The fact that he reprised the role in the sequel is just the cherry on top.
That's 2. Come on, let's get him.
Oops.
Number 8. Ralph Fiennes, The Grand Budapest Hotel. While he's known for his work in acclaimed dramas, Ralph Fiennes proves he can be hilarious in a lead role with Wes Anderson's The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Truly and honestly, oh dear God, what have you done to your fingernails?
I beg your pardon?
This diabolical varnish, the colour is completely wrong.
Oh, really? Don't you like it?
It's not that I don't like it, I am physically repulsed.
In the film, he portrays a concierge who's extremely attentive and loyal to his guests. Fiennes brings his gravitas to quick-witted lines, always one step ahead of his counterparts with well-spoken dialogue.
You're looking so well, darling, you really are. They've done a marvellous job. I don't know what sort of cream they've put on you down at the morgue, but I want some. Honestly, you look better than you have in years. You look like you're alive.
He even delivers a few moments of physical comedy that guarantee laughs. Anderson knows how to use the actor's eloquence, subverting it in an intriguing plot that sees him mentoring a lobby boy played by Tony Revolori.
I tell you what, if I die first, and I most certainly will, you will be my sole heir. There's not much in the kitty except a set of ivory-backed hairbrushes and my library of romantic poetry, but when the time comes, these will be yours.
In the end, the Oscar nominee offers up a deadpan performance that transcends many of his more serious showings. Number 7. Colin Farrell, In Bruges. Even before the industry knew the true potential of Colin Farrell, he was proving himself in a variety of action films and dramas.
And express permission from the Attorney General of the United States. I'm here as his representative, which means you're now operating under my supervision.
But after he was cast in Martin McDonagh's dark dramedy In Bruges, his talent became impossible to ignore. Farrell's hitman Ray makes a horrible mistake and ends up contemplating life in the titular city. His performance infuses a tragic character with both humor and humanity, meshing well with co-star Brendan Gleeson.
Drowning your sorrows, huh?
What sorrows?
You know, being a sad old ugly little man. One gay beer, please.
How'd your date go?
My date involved 2 instances of extreme violence.
McDonagh's script, for its part, gives the actor line after line of hilarity to work with. Even though he's committed terrible crimes, Ray still comes off as an affable man, and that's largely thanks to Farrell.
I'll get all the money back to you as soon as I get through to my friend.
It's not a problem, Raymond.
And I'll get all your acid and your ecstasy back to you, too.
English humor.
Number 6. Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird. In the 10 years prior to Lady Bird, Saoirse Ronan impressed audiences with a slew of roles in fantastic films, most of which were dramas.
I'm married. I got married in Brooklyn before I came home, and I should have told you. I should have told you as soon as I got back.
But writer-director Greta Gerwig gave the actress the perfect outlet for her comedic side with Lady Bird. Playing an outspoken teenager, Ronan proves to be a remarkably funny presence in this coming-of-age film.
Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't walk on the grass.
Indeed, she's able to explore the character's real problems through Gerwig's engaging script. And her take on a high school kid that speaks her mind, sometimes clashing with others, is humorous while also being three-dimensional.
Yeah, but also those East Coast liberal arts schools like Yale, but not Yale because I probably couldn't get in.
You definitely couldn't get in.
In other words, Ronan dives headfirst into sometimes cringy behavior, accessing the awkwardness that everyone feels at that age. Number 5. Meryl Streep, Death Becomes Her. Is there a more awarded actress in modern history than Meryl Streep?
I came here to take my son home. And I realize he already is home.
She's been nominated for many of her serious roles. But she's also underrated in comedies like Death Becomes Her. Streep unleashes her goofiest side in this fantastical, surprise-filled comedy.
I can't. Did you? I'm a girl.
Parodying self-serious celebrities, she brings a self-awareness to the love triangle-centered plot. Streep plays Madeline, an actress who takes an immortality potion that only makes things in her relationship and overall life worse. Using impressive effects and makeup, the award winner transforms into a comedian you might have seen in the classic Hollywood era. She's basically game for anything in this funny trip courtesy of visionary director Robert Zemeckis, and we are here for it.
Maintenance. Yeah, this is upkeep. We just have to be very, very careful with ourselves. We have to take care of each other. I'll paint your ass, you paint mine.
Number 4. Leonardo DiCaprio, The Wolf of Wall Street. Disappearing into the role of Jordan Belfort, Leonardo DiCaprio is at his most unhinged in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Adderall to stay focused. Xanax to take the edge off, pot to mellow me out, cocaine to wake me back up again, and morphine, well, because it's awesome.
The movie allows him to partake in all kinds of nefarious schemes and partying. At one point, his character engages in substance use and finds himself crawling around, showing off the actor's talents for physical comedy. There's also plenty of speeches that turn him into an over-the-top monster.
To celebrate with our weekly act of debauchery, I have offered our lovely sales assistant Danielle Harrison here $10,000 to shave a head!
Throughout the epic Martin Scorsese film, DiCaprio finds new ways to be wonderfully off-putting with one excessive choice after the other. He's so wild that you can't help but laugh at the self-destructive behavior on display.
Hey fellas, look what I found in my pocket. Look, a year's salary right here. What I call them? Fun coupons. See that? A fun coupon.
Number 3, Jeff Bridges, The Big Lebowski.
I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Few comedies are as iconic as The Big Lebowski. The entire film is anchored by Jeff Bridges' performance as the dude, turning him into a comic legend in the process. Bridges is so good that he makes every line of dialogue sound completely natural.
This could be a lot more complex. I mean, it's not just, it might not be just such a simple, you know?
He's the ultimate slacker who finds himself inside a complicated story, bringing a humorous philosophy to every scene. The impact of his performance is further amplified by the inclusion of acting giants like John Goodman and Julianne Moore. Having great chemistry with these stars, the lead actor makes the Coen brothers' script sing with his comic timing.
Oh, $180?
They range up to $3,000.
Can't we just rent it from you? Yeah.
So this is a mortuary, not a rental house.
Number 2, Daniel Craig, Knives Out. Famous for playing James Bond, Daniel Craig often finds himself in action films or serious dramas.
Are you ready to get back to work?
With pleasure, M. With pleasure.
But his role in Knives Out and its sequel is something else entirely. He plays Benoit Blanc, turning on his best Southern accent to poke fun at and pay tribute to famous detectives.
I observe the facts without biases of the head or heart. I determine the ark's path, stroll leisurely to its terminus, and the truth falls at my feet.
The 2019 film sees the gentleman investigator charm his way through an unsavory cast of characters that may or may not have killed their patriarch. Full of energy, Craig embodies a well-spoken man who seeks to find justice in his own unique way. In doing so, he gives some truly hilarious explanations and a few analogies we'll never forget.
The donut hole has a hole in its center. It is not a donut hole, but a smaller donut with its own hole. And our donut is not a hole at all.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Jason Statham, Spy. The action star parodies his favored genre with a self-serious CIA agent.
Nothing kills me. I'm immune to 179 different types of poison. I know because I ingested them all at once when I was deep undercover in an underground poison-ingesting crime ring. Wow.
Tom Cruise, Tropic Thunder, channeling an evil executive to dance his way into comedy history.
Get swung on, it's the knick-knack, paddywhack, still riding Cadillacs, family off the street, made my homies put the bags back, still stacking plaques, still action-packed, and dope.
Jane Fonda, 9 to 5. The actress had already won 2 Oscars by the time she gave us this hilarious 80s classic.
You're foul, Hart. A wart on the nose of humanity, and I'm going to blast it off.
Oh, Judy.
Goodbye, boss man. It's quitting time.
Brad Pitt, Burn After Reading. In his wackiest role, Pitt plays a personal trainer who's in over his head.
We just thought a reward.
So it's money. You want money? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Listen to me.
Am I out of line here?
Chris Hemsworth, Thor Ragnarok, letting the God of Thunder's funny side fly.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? I thought you were leaving.
I got sidetracked.
What's with the...
It's my disguise.
But I can see your face.
Not when I do this, you can't.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Leslie Nielsen, Airplane. Leslie Nielsen got his start in more dramatic films and sci-fi projects.
So now you're whistling up your monster again, to punish her for her disloyalty and disobedience. And if you don't do something about it soon, Morbius, it's going to be coming right through that door.
Once he was cast in Airplane by the Zucker brothers, his career was never the same. Nielsen plays every single moment with absolute sincerity. Never winking to the camera, the actor's dedication to each line in this disaster spoof is pitch perfect. Of course, one of his most indelible contributions to comedy comes in the form of the famous Shirley line.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
He would continue to utilize his comic skills throughout the rest of his career, taking parodies to the limit with the likes of the Naked Gun franchise. At the end of the day, it was Airplane that first gave him the chance to really shine as a comedy star.
I won't deceive you, Mr. Stryker. We're running out of time.
Surely there must be something you can do.
I'm doing everything I can. And stop calling me Shirley.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.